So President Trump just signed an executive order making big changes to the H-1B visa process. So H-1B visa is a foreign worker visa. It's a visa that employers can use to hire foreign workers. For example, you can get a foreign worker from India with the H-1B visa, and the company, you can only do it through the employer, and there are certain fees that have to be paid to get the employer over here to the U.S. Oftentimes, those fees can vary between, I know in the 2010s, it was between $2,000 to $5,000. But it depends on the skill set of the individual, depending on some of the requirements of the companies. And so Congress added more fees throughout the years. And so those fees are up now, nowhere near what President Trump is saying, $100,000 for H-1B visa is what he's saying. So the fees have never been this high before. It's going to definitely disrupt the workforce. H-1B visas were intended for those folks, for employers who want to hire foreign workers, typically in specialized knowledge in specialized areas. And oftentimes they will need at least a bachelor's degree. So it would be a person that is, for lack of a better word, a highly specialized person in a certain area. So companies were allowed to seek out these employees, but they had to pay fees through the immigration service. And these fees vary depending on if there are fees for, depending on the company's requirements. There may be fees for fire protection. There may be fees for training. There may be fees for registration, all sorts of things. So you got a lot of fees added in there. But none of those fees added up to the $100,000 price tag that President Trump had just put on H-1B visas. He is definitely disrupting the workforce. I don't know how this is going to play out. I think the end game is to try to force more of those jobs back into the U.S. When you start charging these companies, they have to start looking from within for more specialized work rather than hiring from overseas. And I'll be honest with you, I'm not totally opposed to that. I'm not totally opposed to it. I think that I'm not for sure why the huge $100,000 jump price tag. Obviously, those folks are going to gain a lot when they come to America. Don't get me wrong. They gain a whole lot coming here. So who knows? That $100,000 may be nothing compared to what they actually gain from being allowed a visa into the States to use those specialized skills and make all that money from these companies. But President Trump has definitely pulled the rug from under a lot of companies and corporations who use H-1B visas big time. I'm sure a lot of folks are going to be up in arms, such as Tesla, some of these other folks who hire significant amounts of employees from overseas foreign workers. I can just imagine the backlash. But at the end of the day, maybe the president did the numbers and looked at it and saw that, these folks are making a whole lot of money off of America by just being here and being able to use those skill sets for these companies and sending that money back home, which is often the case. And I think his mindset is that if you're going to come to America for opportunity, now you're going to have to pay for opportunity. Before it was, hey, come on to America. This is the land of opportunity. Come on and, come on, all your immigrants, no matter what. Bring me your poor, bring me your sick. Everybody come. That is not the case anymore. Now it's going to be pay. So H-1B visas, big changes. President Trump just signed the executive order. They want to start charging $100,000 for a H-1B visa, which is a foreign worker visa. Typically, it has never gotten that amount of money. It has never gotten to that point to where it's gotten that expensive. So some backlash is going to be expected from the corporate world. We're going to see how it plays out. We're going to see if there are actually benefits to America. Will companies actually turn around and start looking at more specialized work here on our own soil rather than foreign soil? Who's to say? But I can tell you right now, $100,000 is a lot of money, and $100,000 is enough to actually make you think twice about where you want to hire your workers from. With that, hey, another nugget on the H-1B visa changes that President Trump has just put into place. With that, I am Eric Brown, MOBO-Media, and we'll see how this thing plays out. Y'all take care. Bye-bye.